to our latest Facebook Live event. Today we're here with Linda Mettler, and this is Business Insights Anyone Can Use. Today we're here with Linda Mettler with Mettler Marketing, and we're going to talk about digital marketing. Linda is an expert on digital marketing and online marketing and various marketing for medical and dental practices. So we wanted to have her give a little bit of information to everybody. And so I'll kind of turn it over to you, Linda. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thank you for having me, first of all, Phil. I really appreciate it. It's great to be here with you today. I own Mettler Marketing. We are a full-service marketing agency, but I will say about 90% of what we do is in digital marketing. We do a little bit of print marketing, some event marketing, things like that, but mostly digital marketing. Right. So yeah, and I've had Mettler Marketing for over 8 years now. My entire background is in healthcare sales and marketing. So I've been on my own since 2010.
Okay, great,
yeah.
Great. And as our viewers hopefully know, at Bluestein Law Firm, we help physicians, dentists, other healthcare professionals build and protect their careers and practices. So turning back to digital marketing, you know, there is so much out there. There's so much information. There's so many different things that you can do. Yeah. So, and we don't obviously have time to talk about them all today, but can you give us a few nuggets? Start with a couple things, like what should people be thinking about? What are some important points that you would recommend before they come to you, maybe that they're thinking about?
What I see the biggest issue with people with digital marketing is everybody tries to jump into the latest fad. Like, oh my gosh, here's a new app, I need to be on it. Oh, Snapchat, I need to be on it. Instagram, I need to be on it. Facebook, I need to be on it. The biggest thing missing for people in their digital marketing is strategy.
Right.
I think it's really important to have a good strategy. You don't need to be on every single social media channel. Although there are big, marketing companies out there that will disagree with me. I think if you are a business, and especially a service-related business, like both of us are, you need to figure out where are your prospective clients, or if you're a healthcare provider, where are your prospective new patients? That's where you need to be. So for example, Facebook is really for the 40 and older crowd. That's where I'm on, probably you're on. That's where we hang out.
Sure.
If you want to reach the millennials, absolutely, you've got to be Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, because that's where they are.
Right.
So you need to have a strategy, and you need to know, what are you using digital marketing for? Is it because you want to educate people? Is it because you want to have a presence? Is it that you want them to buy a product or a service that you have? So you need to have some strategy. That's the number one thing I see that people don't spend any time, is developing their strategy for their digital marketing presence.
Right. So it sounds like, if you equate it to what we'll call old style marketing, we put up our sign in front of our practice, our office, whatever, and people will come in. That is a strategy.
That's a strategy.
But waiting for clients or patients to fall in your door is generally not the most effective of marketing strategies. So you should use the same theories that you use really with traditional print marketing and things like that. You can't just put something out there and then assume that you will have patients, you will have clients coming in.
And that's a good analogy, because in the digital world, the equivalent of that, put the sign up and they will come, is your website. So your website is now really your calling card. It's your sign, it's your presence, it's who you are. Everybody needs to have a website. And there's a whole lot to go with those websites. It's a fine line between the functionality, the architecture, and the aesthetics of the website. You need to have both. But once you have that old sign or that website, now you need to figure out, okay, people aren't going to just come to my website, just like they didn't come to the sign on the office door. Now that's where you use social media and other digital media strategies and tactics to drive people. Your website should be kind of the hub of everything you do. So you want your social media to point people to your website. You want your newsletters to integrate and point people to your website. And then you want your website to tell people what it is you do and why they should come to you, why you're the best. It's more about in my opinion, about an integrated model.
That makes sense.
Social media, newsletters, right now there's a whole lot with messenger apps, and chatbots are the latest, greatest ways of digital marketing. So there's a lot out there, and it changes constantly. And all the algorithms with all these platforms, Facebook changes its algorithms, Google changes its algorithms almost daily. you know. And another really big thing right
Well,
now.
I'm going to stop you just for a
Sure,
second. So if
absolutely,
everybody,
yeah.
for people who are just joining us, I'm Philip Bluestein with the Bluestein Law Firm, and this is Business Insights Anybody Can Use, our Facebook Live series. And we're here with Linda Mettler with Mettler Marketing. And Linda's giving us a lot of good digital information or information on digital marketing. So sorry to cut you off there, but I just wanted to, in case people will join us. So you were starting to talk about, I think, more about a strategy, and we talked about that.
Right now,
how do you do that? How do they figure out where even to start with a strategy?
You just sit down and we have a whole list of questions we ask our clients. You know, how long have you been in practice? What are your practice goals? You know, have you been in practice 10 years, 5 years, 15 years? Are you looking to transition? You know, do you want to grow your patients, or is it more about patient retention? That's a huge thing for digital marketing strategy, because or marketing strategies. You know, patient retention has a lot more to do with internal marketing. You know, getting people to leave you online reviews, you know, you know, having patient satisfaction, techniques and strategies versus trying to attract new patients. Different strategies.
And I have heard, and I imagine you would concur with this, I have heard in general for professionals, dentists, physicians, attorneys as well, it is much cheaper to retain a patient or client than it is from a cost per acquisition standpoint to go out and get a new one.
Absolutely.
Whereas now people are a lot more transitory. You really want to stay in touch, I imagine, and that's where you help people.
Absolutely, and that's where, you know, digital newsletters and satisfaction surveys and online reviews and all of those things, you know, come into play. And you do, once you get those patients, especially in the dental and the medical, you get that patient, you want that patient for 20, 30 years of their life and their children. You know, it's a family affair. So that's a whole different way of marketing as well. You know, because that person goes through a transition. They may come to you when they're 35 and no kids, and then 5 years later they have kids. Well, you have to talk to them in a little bit different language. So, you know, what's important to them at 30 with no children versus 40 with 2 kids is different.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, but there's a lot that's changing these days, and the privacy laws are huge. They're changing these days as well.
And I wish we could talk about this longer, but we are going to have to wrap it up. We're getting near the end here, so I want to thank everybody for joining us for our series, especially Linda, who's offered us some great information, some great points.
Thank you so much for having me.
I also want to mention that Linda and I are actually giving a talk together this coming next week on June 14th. And we're going to be talking about a couple of different things. I'm going to be talking about issues with policies and procedures. I know that sounds really exciting, but issues about protecting yourself, your practice, your business against those claims of sexual harassment that we hear coming up. What can you do to make sure that those things aren't happening without your knowledge in your office? Linda's going to be talking about ADA compliance for websites.
Yes, there's been a few lawsuits out there, and I'm going to talk to people about how to make your website as compliant as possible with ADA guidelines so that you can avoid any frivolous lawsuits.